G'day everyone, it's Jason from Coastal Asbestos here on the Gold Coast, #1 asbestos removal company. And today we're going to talk about the big no-nos with asbestos. And this is going to be a quick one, and it's just all about any of these things that you do, you can release asbestos fibres. And they're so light, they will penetrate every part of your home. They'll spread for ages, endangering people everywhere around you. So the #1 no is do not ever cut asbestos with an angle grinder. We had a job about 2 years ago where someone decided that they would cut asbestos with an angle grinder. We had to get specialists involved. Those people lost everything in their house. There was testing done by hygienists from every corner of the house, and they found that the asbestos fibres were in the bedrooms, the lounge rooms, the kitchens, the rumpus room, the garage. The only safe thing to do was what we couldn't decontaminate, we threw out. And the people in the house said, you know what, we don't want any of it. We don't even want to have to wonder whether it is or not. So that's key. I can't stress the importance of that. #2, is water blasting. You should never water blast any asbestos products. I know people have fences painted, the outside of their house, mold removal, that kind of stuff. High pressure water blasting is a massive no-no. If you water blast asbestos roofs, happens all the time. What that does is it erodes the surface, it releases the fibres, and it breaks down, releases the shards and it breaks down the fibres, and they just spread everywhere. Worst case scenario, or not even worst case scenario, typical standard procedure would be about $30,000 to $40,000 cleanup if you water blast an asbestos roof. Big chunks of the cement and asbestos just fly everywhere. It's going to spray all over the neighbours. It's going to go through all your whole garden. Things like the garden will have to be ripped out. The top 100 mil of soil and grass will come out. It's a really big deal. That roof may have to be replaced if it can't be encapsulated, if it's deemed too unsafe. So never ever water blast anything asbestos. The other thing is don't saw it. Don't go, oh, well, I've got this special fibro saw. I guess you can buy the saws from Bunnings, that'll cut tiles and all that kind of stuff. So I'm not saying that there's things that are out there that you can't use, but that don't exist, but you just can't use them on asbestos. Some of these, you definitely can't cut it with a grinder, definitely can't water blast it, but you may be able to use a saw under controlled conditions if you're trained and you've got the right equipment. But definitely a golden rule, do not saw asbestos. Another one that we see a lot is drilling into asbestos. We have equipment for that. It's not a DIY thing. There's all these ridiculous things with shaving creams in coffee cups and like people are going to say, oh, that's what we did. But I can tell you what's happened because we've tested it. We didn't test it on asbestos shedding. We tested it on just normal fibro. When you fill a cup with shaving cream and you put it against the wall and you drill, what happens is the first layer of dust that hits that shaving cream actually just forms a crust. And then all the other dust just hits up against it. So when you pull the cup out, you have this dust. So just don't, There's a whole industry out there, including us, of people that are equipped to do that. So no water blasting, no cutting with grinders, no sawing of asbestos. And I'm going to put in there and drilling holes. And I'm going to put in there as well, no hole saws. Because someone's going to go, oh, I'm not drilling, I'm putting a hole saw. A lot of electricians are fitting downlights into eaves. Okay? We see it a lot. I was at a job yesterday where the electrician obviously went with the 10 square metre rule and said, it's all right, I can drill these holes into your eaves, no worries for your downlight, that's great. I spoke to the homeowner, she had no idea that her eaves could be asbestos. She said there was dust everywhere. The guy got all over his face. It's just a massive why. I don't understand why anyone would do it. We have equipment here at Coastal Asbestos. We can cut from 25 mil up to about 450 mil round holes in asbestos sheeting. It's specialised equipment. We're trained. We've got all the gear. Just call us. There's no need for any electricians to be boring holes through asbestos eaves for downlights. You've got two options. These are the only two options. Get someone who's trained, professional, and licensed and insured to do the work, or have the eaves removed. I guess there's option 3, just don't do it. So I can't stress the importance enough. All these things that we're talking about turn something that is innate, that is just sitting there, into friable asbestos. And you don't want to be messing around with friable asbestos. So that's me, Jason from Coastal Asbestos. I hope you found that informative. If you like this video, there's plenty more over at our YouTube channel. So thanks for listening. Bye.